Hey guys! Hey! Welcome back! Welcome back to another review! Finally, at last, I finally could watch another Pixar movie. And I am able to finally review it. Now I'm going to be reviewing this movie here, but before I do that, remember to hit that like button and subscribe. We're at 96 subs. Thank you guys for the support. If we can get to 200 subs, then when we get that reward video that I got for you guys, well, 2 reward videos. I have 2 of them. But we have to get to 200 subs first. So yeah, 200 subs and then we get the reward video. So yeah, but anywho, I hope you guys are enjoying your day. Sorry if you guys hear my puppy barking too. He's in his cage. I had to keep him in his cage because it's pouring rain outside. It's pouring. And I can't let him go out and go potty, so I don't want him peeing and pooping on the floor. So that's why he's in the cage right now. I feel bad for him because I slept in late because I wasn't sleeping well last night. I've been having trouble sleeping and I had him in the cage. So yeah, but I don't want him peeing and pooping on the floor. So if you guys hear him, I'm sorry. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and do the review. Soul. Don't we all wonder what happens when we die. We all wonder what happens when we die. Some people think nothing happens, while others think you go to heaven or hell. Some people think you just become a spirit when you die. In this movie, we get to see what the afterlife is like, and we get to explore it a bit. Which is very exciting. And la la, this film right here, I gotta say this film is really good. Like, I'm gonna go right out and say this. This film is really good. Not only do we get to explore the afterlife, this film has great characters. The afterworld itself looks really gorgeous. I love the afterworld in this movie. It looks really good looking. And I just think this movie is really fantastic. It really is. I can't tell you guys how excited I was to actually get to see this film finally. See, I had to watch this film on Disney Plus because I couldn't find the DVD. Apparently we still have Disney Plus. I didn't know that. But we still have Disney Plus. Now, normally I wouldn't watch a movie on Disney Plus since I have it on DVD, but I couldn't find this DVD, so that's why I'm watching it right now. And since I'm on a path to review every Pixar movie, in a row, I didn't want to have to skip this and come back to it, so that's why I'm reviewing this movie and I watched it on Disney Plus. So yeah. I might have to do it with Lightyeater too because I don't have it on DVD. I saw it in the theaters, but that was about a year ago, so I'll probably have to watch it. I'll probably have to watch it again on Disney Plus. Otherwise, I wouldn't be watching the stuff on Disney Plus because most of the stuff I have on DVD. So I figured because we had Disney Plus again, I figured I might as well just. Or we already had Disney Plus, which I didn't know about. I figured I'd watch it on Disney Plus. You guys know how I am about Disney Plus and all that. I'm not really happy about what Disney's been doing lately with their employees and the fact they've laid off 7,000 people and all that. And the whole Super Bowl thing and stuff. I'm not very happy about all the crap they've been doing lately. But wanted to finally get to see this movie, and I did. And yeah, this movie right here is definitely fantastic. This is hands down. I mean, one of the best Pixar movies of all time. This really is. This is as good as Buzz Lightyear Star Command. No, it's not. I doubt anything's gonna beat that movie, but that movie is really good too. But this one is still good. This one is still really, really good. I like the music. I like the characters. They're all likable. I mean, the last couple Pixar movies I've reviewed, I've not been the hugest fan of. In fact, the last two have gotten bad scores. They've gotten bad. I rated them both bad. Toy Story 4 and not just Toy Story 4, but Onward both have gotten bad. And then Incredibles 2 has gotten a mess. So the fact that this film is actually pretty good, that's impressive. Now I don't know anything about I didn't know anything about going into this film. I didn't know anything about it. I knew about some stuff because of the trailers, but I don't remember anything about it when people reviewed it. Like, I completely forgot about it. I watched a review on Mr. Enter. Apparently, Mr. Enter's favorite Pixar movie is this one. Now, I don't think this one is as good as Toy Story 2 or a Buzz Lightyear Star Command, but this one's probably up there with the original set of Pixar films before Disney bought Pixar. That's impressive. I'll tell you guys why. Not only, like I told you, not only it's beautiful in the afterworld, and the characters are all likable, but I like the music. This is probably, I'm not gonna lie, this probably has the best Pixar soundtrack. It does. I like the piano music. I like it. It kind of makes me wish they actually sang in this movie a bit, which is saying something because I don't really like Disney movies when they sing all the time. I don't like that. They're not all bad. Like, Princess and the Frog actually has really good songs. Frozen's got, about hit or miss songs. And then, Lion King has got really good songs. But this one I felt like would have been cool if our main character, Joe, would have actually sang. That would have been kind of cool. Unfortunately, he doesn't sing. But I still think this film is really good. And that's not even really a flaw, that's just something that I kind of wish they would have done. It doesn't mean it's a flaw, I wouldn't call it a flaw, but there's really not that many flaws in this film. There's probably one, which I'll get to in a second, but it's like a tiny nitpick. But yeah, I really like the piano music in the background, I really like it. I like how the whole purpose of the movie is Joe wants to be a musician. He wants to actually he actually wants to perform. That's the whole point of the movie. He wants to perform, but unfortunately he dies. He doesn't want to go to the afterlife. But he doesn't want to go to the afterlife. He wants to actually go back to the living world and actually wants to perform. So yeah, he wants to perform, and he unfortunately he dies. He falls through a well and dies. But the thing is though is he ends up getting body swapped with 22. She gets body swapped with him, and they spend about a quarter of the movie, I think, in the real world, which I know some people might think that's about it, the downside of it. Like, it just goes from them being in the soul world, and then they go back to the real world and they spend time there, which kind of destroys the whole part of the movie with them being in the fake world and being able to see it. But I think it works. I know they just jump at it out of nowhere. But I think it works because they're trying to get 22 to show her that the real world is not as bad as she thinks. Because the thing is, souls can't taste, they can't smell, they can't feel. She can't feel anything because she has no senses. All they have is the ability to see. They can't touch anything. They can't hear. Well, they can hear, but they can't, like they can't basically smell or touch anything and all that or taste. So when she's in the real world, she can actually do that stuff, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool that she can do that, and Joe's showing her that it's not that bad. It's actually nice to be in the real world. And the thing is, though, is it goes pretty well. Unfortunately, they get caught by I forgot their name. I forgot their name. It starts with a J, but I think it's Jimmy or something. No, not Jimmy. I don't remember the names of these like 2D looking characters, but they're all the same names. But the rat looking one actually brings them back to the soul world. But they bring them back. But he brings them back, and unfortunately, Joe gets upset at 22 because he wanted to experience the real world again. But he gets his wish, and unfortunately she unfortunately gets, she becomes a lost soul while he gets to live his dreams, and he realizes he messed up, and that, he did his career like he wanted, but he didn't want it after all. So that's the thing in life. Sometimes you really want to do something, but it doesn't mean you're going to actually enjoy it. That's the thing. You're not really going to. You might not enjoy it. You might not enjoy the experience. Because sometimes people get really hyped for a job or a career, but it may not be what they wanted all this time. That's why there's a bunch of careers out there, like being an artist or being a news reporter, or being an athlete or something, or a coach or something, There's so many careers out there because you may think you may enjoy it, you may want this career at first, but when you try it out, it may not be what you want. That's the thing. That's why you have the opportunity to try a job out, and if it doesn't work out, you can go to a different job. That's the thing, and that's what happened with Joe. Joe, he finally got to do his music career, but he didn't enjoy it because that's not what he wanted. Apparently, all this time he didn't want it. Apparently, he was going to be a music teacher, which I think would have probably been good for him, but even his friends and family thought that too. But the thing is, though, well, the thing is, though, is that he goes back. He risks his own career, his own life on the real world to get 22 what she wanted, and that was really heartwarming. I really liked that. So he actually gave 22 a chance to be in the real world, which is pretty cool. Now we don't get to see what 22 is in the real world, unfortunately, we don't. But I think that's okay. I do think that's okay because I feel like they'll probably make a sequel down the road or something, which I don't know if a sequel will be good for this movie or not, but I don't know. But I mean, they could make it work. I mean, they made Toy Story 2 and stuff, and made that work. So who knows? Who knows what they can do with a sequel with this movie? But it'd be nice to see 22 in her actual body or something. I don't know, but yeah, that would have been kind of cool to at least see her, but that's okay. I mean, it's nice that Joe actually risked his own life just to have her be happy, which is cool, which I like. But basically it ends with him breathing and starting his new career, which I'm not sure if that was his vision of it or he actually was already in the real world or not again. I'm not sure because they were talking about it before he actually entered the Earth again, the Earth realm. So I'm not really sure. So yeah, so it was a really fantastic, beautiful looking film. It's nice to listen to. It's really beautiful looking. I really enjoyed this film. I really do. I think it's definitely one of the better Pixar movies out there. And that's saying something because a lot of Pixar movies have not been really that good since Disney bought Pixar. That goes for Up, Toy Story 3, Cars 2, Brave. All those films are examples of Disney, not being as good with Pixar as Pixar was before Disney bought them. And yeah, Monsters University and Inside Out were good films, but Inside Out had problems with it. And Monsters University was good, but I don't know if it was as good as the original. So yeah, but this film though is kind of like Coco in a way. It's got a similar concept where they explore the afterlife. Only this film I think is much better than Coco. I think it's much better. I think it's much more enjoyable and better to look at than Coco. I probably would go visit this film more than Coco, honestly. Coco was a good film too, but this film I think is much better to go to. I enjoyed this film way more than Coco, but I probably would still go back to Coco occasionally. I would do that, but this film I would go back to more often because I think this film looks way better. I like the piano music. Like, Joe can really play the piano. He's really good at playing that piano. He's a really good piano player, which is pretty impressive. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a score, and I'm going to tell you guys one of the flaws I have with this. This film is definitely getting 120 points for sure. Yeah, it's definitely getting 120 points. This film is definitely really good. I told you guys, I think this film is definitely up there with the original set of Pixar films. And the thing is, even those were hit or misses sometimes, like A Bug's Life, and Cars were examples of being, well, technically Cars came out when Disney bought Pixar, but Cars was in development before Disney bought Pixar, so it was already in development, but the thing is that they still had hit or miss films there too. But a lot of them are really good around that time. Like I said, Toy Story 1, 2, Buzz Lightyear Star Command, and Finding Nemo and Incredibles were all really good films. But I still think this film is still really good. I definitely would recommend this film to anyone. Now let's talk about one of the flaws I have. This is a tiny nitpick. There's actually two. I thought about there's actually two, not one. There's two nitpicks. One nitpick I have is at the end of the movie, I guess they distract the rat guy by messing with his equipment to keep him from seeing seeing if Joe left the soul stairs or not to the great beyond. He's supposed to be the watcher. He's the one who watches that stuff. I feel like it's a nitpick because I'm like why would he be uncool with that? I feel like they could have made it where maybe he was fine with it or something. I'm not sure, but instead of messing with his equipment and lying to him and all that, I guess that's how Joe got away in the first place. I'm not sure. Another nitpick I have, which is probably a bigger one, is I don't like how the cat just suddenly shows up out of nowhere. Joe just happens to have a cat just laying in the hospital bed with Joe, and they end up in Joe ends up in the cat. It just feels like it came out of nowhere. Like, we don't even see the cat before that. Like, you don't even see that, which doesn't make any sense. And the thing is, the cat just suddenly has its soul back at the end of towards the end of the movie. It just happens to have its soul back when Joe re-enters, enters the real world again. Like, he just enters the real world and the cat suddenly has his soul back again. They don't even explain how the cat got his soul back in the body. They don't explain it, so I don't know, but that's really about the only nitpicks. Otherwise, this film is definitely really good. I really enjoyed this film. I enjoy it a lot. I really do. I think this is definitely a fantastic film, and I definitely would recommend checking it out if you guys haven't already. But anywho, I think it's about time I let this go. So if you guys haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel as I stated at the beginning of the video. And I have a comment question for the video too. Remember, guys, if you guys can answer the comment question anytime you want, I'll try to check them out if I can over the years. Like, if you guys answer them a year from now or something, I'll try to answer them. But the comment question for this time is, which one do you guys prefer, Soul or Coco? Soul or Coco? Which one do you guys prefer? I prefer I prefer Soul because Soul was a lot more better to look at, and I think the story is much better. We don't have that villain kind of just thrown out, like that pathetic villain in the movie either. I think this film is much better. Even though I like having villains in my movies, I still don't think Coco had really the best villain. I think the villain was weak and had nothing to really to do with the film. I mean, they build up the villain in the movie, but they really didn't do much with him after he revealed himself. But I think Soul is just better to look at. I think it's a much better film. I don't think it's as good as WALL-E or Toy Story 1 or 2 or even Buzz Lightyear Star Command or even Monsters, Inc. But I definitely probably put it up there with the top 10 best Pixar movies, that's for sure. But I don't know, let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Anywho, this is Dasho Rose out.